Friends, family, and other creatures of the sea, welcome to a best of 3 from the GSL Group A between none other than Solar and Zaun. Now we're gonna open up here on the White Rabbit. Let's see what the plans are for our fellas. Ooh, cute. There's been a bit of innovation in this matchup. Look at this. I think we're gonna see it actually. Yeah. Look at this Overlord. Look at this Overlord. Poof! It goes. This is something that the Russian player Young Yakov invented. So basically, the first Overlord, usually Zergs would send it from here to here. Now, what a lot of Zergs do, they first send it into their natural, they then spot to see if a probe is coming, and if a probe is coming to block a 15 hatch with the Overlord being built on time, instead what the Zerg players do is they'll cancel the Overlord and go for a 15 hatch pre-Overlord, which you can pretty much always get down. So it's basically, yeah, it's a slightly different opener. You do lose a larva because you have to cancel an Overlord, and that's a larva you're not getting back. The follow-up is going to be very simple. It's going to be pull into gas, which is not the worst thing in the world. Most people don't love playing the 15 hatch pre-Overlord because it's a little bit worse than the 15 hatch post-Overlord. But it is still better than getting blocked and moving over to the third base. You get a very consistent early game. I'm not sure if it's actually better economically. I do know, though, that it's a lot of Zergs prefer the consistency of not having to deal with two adepts standing in between your natural that's over here, your natural that's over here, and then your main base. Because it can be frustrating, and a lot of games do end up getting lost like that. So I think that's the main reason why Solar wants to do it like this. As I said, a Young Yakov trick here in the GSL to start things off with. Now, Zaun is known for his solid understanding of the game and I think fairly intelligent build order picking most of the time. Like, he is someone that is good at picking build orders, is good at understanding what is weak and what is strong against what his opponent is doing. And I do wonder what takeaways he has from studying Solar. Like, what does Solar like to do? Like, if I dig in my brain, if I, get the shovel out and start removing all the dirt, like, what do I find underneath? And I think what we usually see out of Solar is big aggression coming in early on in the game off of layer tech. That is my general feeling. I don't know if this is still accurate. My information that I'm working with is probably a couple of months, 2-3 months old. I haven't seen Solar play a lot of ZVP since then. I haven't played him a whole lot myself. I played him once or twice on the European ladder, but that really is about it. I'm gonna send this adept in to go for a bit of scouting. So I am curious, like, what is he gonna be doing? Are we gonna be seeing Hydra Ling Bane all-ins, or Hydra Ling all-ins, Hydra Roach all-ins, Roach Queen walks, like pretty much the standard Solar stuff from 2, 3, 4 months ago? Or are we going to see a more macro-oriented Zerg play coming out of the South Korean Zerg player? I'm curious to see it, of course. This probe's going to move over to build a gateway. Pylon already on the way out. We have an Oracle coming in here too. This Stalker is about to pop. It's going to be the end of this Overlord. It's going to get popped like a balloon. Ploop. And back to Overlord Hell or Heaven. You name it, you can have it. Okay, Stalker is gonna pop out. Solar will try to move back towards this little high ground. I mean, this is just gonna get spotted, and that's completely okay. We're gonna get a third base behind this as well. It's not the earliest third, but it's also not the latest. And Solar is surviving here with just 6 links, which is a pretty decent number. He's gonna go for a snipe here on this probe. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he is. It's going to cost him 3-4 links. So it's the cost of 2 drones, 2 larvae going down there. But as long as you're not rebuilding those links, you're not really losing the eco either. And this is definitely a 20-second delay or so on that Nexus. 15 seconds, 20 seconds, something along those lines. So really cool to see, in my opinion. We're going to get a Twilight Council. This is a fast Twilight Council without a forge. Usually, the faster the Twilight Council and the slower the forge, the more aggressive the follow-up is going to be. So I am curious to see where this is going to go. We have 2 adepts that are being warped way behind the wall. But we don't have any extra gateways yet. It's going to be glaives? No. It is going to be blink. No chronos anywhere. Not on probes. Not on the blink either. Which is interesting. I want to see where these chronos are going. Because right now they're not going anywhere whatsoever. You see that? 2 more gateways. Okay, where's that? Is that the third base chrono? No. What just got chronoed? Okay, it was just the blink. Sorry, I missed that. Very odd, because these extra gates are extraordinarily late. We are going to get Overlord speed. Now, this could be for scouting, but like I said, knowing my good friend Solar a little bit, I believe it's going to be for a Roach Queen push. Here comes 6 Adepts and 2 Oracles heading into the main base. 2 probes go down on this side of the map. The Oracles now head in as well. Adepts actually do cancel their shade. Nice little... well, actually, that's not a nice little Evo block because it doesn't work. Oracles are waiting to try and do something. Waiting to go in until the Queens are not in the right position anymore. 1 drone goes down. So these Adepts are going to shade into the natural. 7 Roaches in production. As 6 drones have gone down. And a couple more will end up falling here. Make that 10 drones perhaps. Maybe 9, 10. What are we going for? 10 drones. 9 drones. 9 drones. It's going to be 9. 9 drones. Dropper Lords coming in. Roaches coming in. Forge extraordinarily late. We're already at 6 gateways. We already have a battery coming in at each base. All we need to do right now is just continuously push out these Stalkers. The Roaches do get spotted here, moving across the map. Overlord hasn't been seen yet. Would be nice to know about it. 8 link drop heading in towards the main base. No battery in there yet. With 6 gateways. Might be okay as these Oracles are trying to deal damage over here. Here we go, a little bit of fighting. 3rd Overlord coming out. Usually the more Overlords you have, or the more Oracles you have, the easier it's going to be to deal with this. Oracle can maybe help in the main base as well. Indeed, it's going to get pulled over there. Couple of batteries in the 3rd base, but the natural is going to be the weak spot over here. As more links now run in, Queens heading into the main as well. So the Oracles probably need to take care of those links, but that means that those links are going to die. They won't be here to deal with the Stalkers. Couple of probes are falling already. And we even see 3 drones behind this. I think Solar realizes that this party has ended. And now he's going to need to, he'll be the one cleaning this up. The party is over, but the dirt is still there. It is not like Zaun has a crazy eco lead. It's not like Zaun has a crazy tech lead. It's not like Zaun has an upgrade lead. It just feels like that Zaun's position is just a little bit better. Everywhere. A little bit better than Solar. I do like that there's a 4th base already that's going to help when building drones. Having somewhere to send them. Probes are now going to move towards this pylon. Ooh. Love that the links are being pushed away. And I think a trap that a lot of Protoss players would fall into right now is continuing Stalker production, which I think is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. It's absolutely key at this point to start transitioning into units that don't suck 2 minutes from now. So we're going to get a scout over on the 4th base. I actually think that seeing no workers here might trigger another Stalker warp in. It wouldn't surprise me at least. Like, this is really odd. No workers here whatsoever. I'd be like, hey, that's kind of suspicious. So we're going to see 2 more cannons coming in. 1 in the main base. I think 1 in the natural maybe. Where's that second one? Oh. Why don't I see where the second one is? Oh, over here on the 3rd. There we go. More Ravagers coming. Oh, it's actually going to be a follow-up attack again. Oh. Oh. I mean, Stormstalker is the ideal composition to deal with this. There's 3 Oracles out, so we got Stasis, we got good damage against Links, good damage against Ravagers as well. The moment the Queens die, the Oracles are gonna reign supreme. So, yeah, I'm not necessarily feeling the vibes here for our good friend Solar. I mean, he has decent supply. Decent supply is not going to cut it against 6 storms, though. Charge is about to finish up as well. +1's about to finish up. Okay, here come the Overlords wanting to poop some creep. If he kills all of these Queens, or even just one of those Queens, I think the Oracles just reign supreme, no? There's 5 Queens total. There's 2 at the front. We have 3 Oracles out. I think 3 Oracles beat 2 Queens, especially if there's no transfuse because you don't have creep. These Oracles are a little bit damaged. I still think it's going to be just fine. Storm is available. We have, I think, an Observer nearby as well. More Overlords here to poop some creep. We have once more a link drop trying to go towards the main base, but there's cannons absolutely everywhere. So even if they do arrive, it's not going to be great. Now, I said building Stalkers is a mistake, but it's not a mistake if you're dealing with a follow-up Roach Ravager attack. In that case, Stalker Templar is absolutely fantastic, and actually Zealots would be a mistake. The things you want are Stalkers and Immortals and Storms. Those are the kind of the golden trio, the holy trifecta, so to say. Zealot Run-By comes in right now. This is a really nice timing as well, because there's not that many defensive roaches at home. There's actually no defensive roaches at home. And because Solar is maxed right now, reinforcements will not be capable of dealing with this. We're going to get a right-click on the Roach Horn, which is not what I'd expected. Maybe it's just an A move, or maybe just a move command into that area. And this is the only thing he could find to attack. Fleet Beacon already being started behind all of this. Roaches are returning back home as... Zaun is now moving on the map, maybe a little bit further than I would like him to. Like, he doesn't really need to go on creep. His eco is still completely fine when you compare it to Solar, because Solar, I mean, is slightly more mineral income, but slightly less gas income. Queen's taking quite a beating here as well. Like, if you kill these Queens, then the Oracles just reign supreme once more. 3 Queens remain right now. They're like one mistake away from dying. Baneling Nest coming up behind it. Mothership on the way. +1 melee coming in as well. Okay, we're now going to go attack a flank. Solar's pretty much split his army up in 2 groups. Probably isn't aware of the fact that he's being spotted the entire way through. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Queen's vulnerable. I actually think you want to go here. I actually think you do want to move forward here. Yep. Just kill the Queens, man. There's really not that much over here. Storm can definitely deal with this. And if you clear the Queens, life is going to be good. We have a split of army already here on the 3rd too. I think now it's about time where you want to maybe take a 4th base as well, relatively soon. Okay, we're going to get a blink back. Good Storm that connects. Doesn't connect for a long time, but it connects for a little bit and still deals some damage. Damage over time is still damage that we care about. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad for Solar. Loses 2 Ravagers pretty much for free. 4th base coming up on the left side. Look at the follow-up here. There's no follow-up. So that's not very good at all. Gonna go for the Roaches on the right side with the Oracles, which surprises me. Lots of Ravagers here on the left that I feel like you could deal some real damage to. As these Queens are now out, 1 Oracle is gonna end up falling. As the Mothership finishes too. I wonder if he's just gonna blink on top of his opponent and then make himself invisible. That would be honestly a move that I'd kind of get. Like, he has so much vision of what his opponent is doing. I think this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to get a big blink forward at some point. I wouldn't have even minded like a Mothership flank. Like just coming from the side for the Time Warp or something like that. So, right now we got quite a few links trying to connect with this Immortal. A couple more of these Biles coming down as well. The upgrades are +2 versus 1-1. Centrifugal Hooks finishing up soon as well, but I just don't see a way for Zaun to lose this game, to be honest. He's running in here. He's only on 3 bases. That is the one downside that he has, but Solar is on 3 base eco, so it's the same. Like, yes, Solar has 6 hatcheries, but his income is god-awful. I love this run-by. This is a good run-by. Banelings actually are connecting as well, which is a big deal. This was really well done, because it's trading Roaches away, which you don't really want anymore anyway. Now we're going to get an attack on the 4th base at the same time as well. Solar is finding some holes here in the defense of Zaun, who has opted to go for Tempest, by the way. I love Tempest if you're playing against Hive, but if you're playing against non-Hive, I often find carriers to be much easier to finish games with. But Zaun is playing this. I mean, this is completely accurate, the way that he's playing. He's not making a mistake. Well, this is a mistake. Losing this Archon is actually quite bad. A Zealot run-by is going to go towards the top here. I don't think the Roaches are in position to deal with this at all. I don't even think we have the Roach count to really deal with that. There's 16 Roaches out. Here we go. Going to attack the Queen. Ling Roach over here on the bottom side. And I think... I mean, this fight is going to be extraordinarily tough right now. We're going to get another drive-by, but the Oracles are in position. Zealot run-by, or Zealot warp-in comes in. As these Zealots start smacking the hatchery. This is going to get cleaned up as well, and slowly but surely it feels to me like Zaun is moonwalking to victory here. That's how easy it is. Doesn't even need to do the regular walk. Just easy peasy moonwalkies. Okay, a couple more Tempests coming out. I mean, there's a little bit of anti-air, I guess, in the Corruptors, which is nice, but yeah. Good luck killing the Mothership and the Tempest with that. I still believe that Carrier would have been better, but I also just don't really think it matters at all. Like, this is not a game in which the choice of air units is going to have like a huge impact. I don't think so. Stalkers are around as well, so Tempest even gets to survive. Runby is going to connect here with a lot of probes. That is a big deal. That is really well done. 13 workers go down. This base is being taken out as well. Okay. Templar falling. All of them go down, but this Mothership goes down here too. 34 workers remain right now. This is a great fight. Just a great little engagement here altogether. Mothership does get taken out. More roaches on the way. Tempest now being blasted here too, big time. One more Tempest shot, one more shot. There we go. Okay, Corruptor's all gonna die. GG gets called. Solar doesn't see a future. And Zhao wins game number 1. I think that last game actually was a great example of preparation coming into play. I didn't really realize it in the moment, because I was so confused as to what the hell Zhao was doing. But Zhao wasn't planning on doing anything aggressive. He wasn't doing any type of aggressive timing. He was delaying his forge. He was getting quick gases. He wasn't putting an insane amount of chrono boost on workers. He was just waiting for Solar to suicide into him. And that's exactly what happened. Like, if you know your opponent is going to attack into you no matter what, all you have to do there is sit and take it. I do wonder if Solar looks at the previous game and goes, hey, well, alright, I'm not going to do that again. Right? Like, I kind of got tricked there. Like, this was a 6-gate blink into Forge with a Templar Archive. Like, that is the safest build that you could possibly play in the entire world. Like, it has no pressure coming out of it. If Solar would have played a macro game and would have just gone across or towards, like, I don't know, like 86 drones, there's very little that Zaun could have done. Zaun would have been sitting there with his, I don't know, like his 14 Stalkers and his Fast Storm without any upgrades, and he'd be fighting against like 85 drone Hydra Ling Bane with decent upgrades. It's just not what you want to have happen. As this time we're going for a delayed scout, post-core. First time an attempt on a hatch block, second time a... this would be considered a no-scout. It dies against most early game cheeses, 12 pools. It's not great against 16 pool either. It's just it's a tough build to deal with cheeses. But Solar not cheesing in the early game here. It's going to be opening up just with a standard. I think this was a 15 hatch. And we're going to get a double queen into speed most likely here. That's what I'm feeling at least. Let's see what the plans are going to be for both players though, because that's what's interesting. See if there's any cool strategies that we have coming out of either one of them. We're going to go for Stargate, obviously. Adept Chrono, despite the bases being connected, still wants to get that first Adept across the map as soon as humanly possible. Cybernetics core should start relatively soon here as well. Yep, there we go. 2 links. Look at this probe. He's being a busy little bee. He wants to make sure that no links are running by. No third hatch is being taken on his watch. I mean, now the third hatch is going to get taken on his watch, but that's just the way that it is. Third queen is on the way already pre-hatchery. This is pretty standard, as it does get taken. Nexus, or sorry, probe moving over towards the third base to build an... Alright, okay, it was just a mistake. Yeah. Okay, I didn't understand it at all. I was running through some scenarios in my head, but nothing made sense. I'm like, why would you... Like, one probe was running back and this one was running towards it. It is possible that what happened is that this probe was... I actually don't know. No, I have no working theory. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it would go across the map there. It was a mistake. That's what we do know. Adept and Stalker here dealing with this Overlord. The Oracle will need to go and chase these bad boys. Oh, there almost goes the probe. Not quite. We'll manage to survive and build that third base. It's going to be Oracle here. Into Nexus 346. Not a crazy timing for our Nexus. Evo Chamber. Instantly. Third base. The intention of a third base gets spotted. And immediately Solar says, okay, I know what this is. You're gonna take a fast third. I'm gonna throw down an Evo chamber. And if you're playing Blink, I'm gonna get my +1 melee. And even if you're not playing Blink, I'm gonna have my +1 melee because I think you're playing Blink. And this honestly feels so similar to the previous game coming out of Zaun. He is slightly slower on the gases, which makes me believe that he might want to throw down 2 more gateways here. And then go for maybe 4-gate glaive. That is something that is a possibility, of course. There we go. 2 gates coming down. It is a bit late though for glaives. Like for glaives, you usually want the gates to go down at like 420, 415. Okay, it's still going to be Blink. Double gases coming in now. Double oracles around here too. The triple adept. Did he just deny his own stasis ward? I think he did. An accident and a half there. Did he think maybe it was gonna trigger? No. He knows you need to finish it, so. Most interesting indeed. Fort base on the way. Baneling nest here. Oh, it's gonna be a 6-gate. There's not many builds I dislike in this game, but this is definitely one of them. Double adept now shading in. Very neat move. Solar did have some links in position already though, so maybe gonna get 2 drones, maybe just 1. Seems like it's gonna be just 1. Baneling nest coming in behind the natural here too. The extractor's gonna get taken here. Battery on the way. Templar. Okay, he actually just plays like this. This is such a safe way of playing. I was thinking 6-gate, he's gonna go aggressive again, but this is just what he did in the last game. Look at the timing on the gases here. This is really late. So, if... Solar already has a lot of links. Like, if Solar would have built no links here, or like maybe 10, 12 links total, he could already be on the way to like 85 workers right now. And if you go 85 worker, Hydra Link Bane, against this type of opener, you're going to be in a fantastic spot, let me tell you. Life is going to be so, so sweet. Well, a couple of drones are going down. 3 of them to be exact. Gas is coming down only 6 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. This is so late. This is so damn late. Like, if you're Solar, you're just not allowed to attack into this, I think. Not right now. Like, you just need to drone up. Like, this is Zaun pretty much saying, hey, I don't care about anything that happens in the first 7 minutes. Like, you can get away with as much greed as you want, but as long as I survive, I'm gonna be happy because I'm better than you when it comes to the mid game, when it comes to the late game. And I think Solar is going to take this offer and say, okay, if you think you're better than me, let's try it out. Now, his eco isn't brilliant. It's fine. He is fine economy. Like, I don't think Zaun is going to be lying awake about 81 drones 7 minutes into the game. He's like, whoa, oh no. Like, no, he's not. He's not going to be losing any sleep over this. Guaranteed he won't lose any sleep over this. We're going to get the Groove Spines coming in right now as well. No infestation pit, which is surprising. I always feel like the money for an infestation pit and for a hive tends to be there. But Zergs just... They only do it after their Hydra Link Bane has failed. And they're like, oh no, late game is so hard. Because I started it 5 minutes too late. It's like, yeah. Like, look, the entire time we've been... Okay, I guess now we're not floating money. I guess you'd have to cut like 4 Banelings to get the infestation pit. I wonder if it's worth it. Or if you're doing this type of pressure, every Baneling really does matter. Guess we can check if the last 4 Banelings achieve more than the first 15. Okay, we're gonna get a bit of a run by here. Into the 3rd base. At the same time, maybe we could walk up this ramp even. Like, there's a lot of angles we can take here. This 4th base is toast, by the way. Absolute toast. And Zaun is just gonna give it up. I think right now Solar instantly should be like, okay, infestation pit. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna build an infestation pit right now. Like, we're maxed out. We're maxed out and you let your 4th die. Like, what is going on? Like, actually, what is going on? Is it going to be a recall? It is terrible here for these zealots as well. Still no infestation pit, by the way. Pure Link coming out. I think this is a huge blunder. We're also not continuing upgrades, which is also a significant blunder on Solar's part. I think there's a couple of things that can happen here, and a couple of things that I'd like to see. One of them is Spine Crawlers. Second one is Infestation Pit. I just don't understand this. Like, we have so much money in the bank right now. I guess if you never build an Infestation Pit, you can't find yourself accidentally in a late game because you're not playing one. As once more, this base is gonna get cancelled. Like, yeah. It's great that the base is getting cancelled, but you also need to trade against the Archon Templar. Because Archon Templar just scales better in a maxed out army. And that is why eventually we want to go into Lurkers. Because Archon Templar, not that great against Lurkers. You need Immortals for that. Okay, you're gonna need Tempest for that. Where are you gonna get all that money for? There's no fourth. So I'm looking at this situation and I'm seeing a great setup here for Solar. But I just don't understand the lack of a potential transition here. This is the fourth cancel or the third cancel on the fourth base. $46 more links on the way. Like, there is zero pressure in this moment for Zaun to do anything. He's just gonna get a Mothership, he's gonna get more Archons, he's gonna get more Templar. As his opponent continues building a bigger army, but a bigger army of the same. He's like, why the hell? Like, Zaun can't do anything here. He's getting close to the point where he can start doing stuff, though, and that's probably even scarier. Okay, these Banelings are gonna go down. Nice little blink. Nexus gets cancelled. We still have the bottom side Nexus, though, that's on the way up. This area, by the way, is also very vulnerable. Some Zergs are really good at abusing it. Zealots now come in. Tempest on the way. More Zealots coming in. As Solar wants to attack into this. He's kind of being pulled apart here by the Zealot round base. Lots of minerals in the bank. Mothership is out. Yep, there we go. I mean, I am fairly confused in this moment. Like, Solar just keeps... He's a 4k, 1.5k bank. And he's like 5 base versus 3 this entire time. Now he's gonna get a Spire rather than going into... Okay. Yeah, I might be the idiot, but I'm just not seeing it. We're finally gonna go use this area, the natural. I'd love to see the Banelings run in there too. Gonna go for the gateway rather than the units in the wall. Bit of a mistake there in my opinion. So Link's trying to get a surround up here too. 15 more Banes. Oracle taking some damage. We're gonna get drops as well to come out. Here comes the Spore. Prism dies. That's good. So that means that these Hydras can now join the main fight again. And here comes an attack. Overseer is available, and that means that all of this is going to get spotted still. We have a bit of a run by coming in towards the third as well. It's not quite going to succeed. Time Warp dealing a lot of damage here in combination with the Storm. As this is just going to get stopped. 12k resources lost. Actually, 13k against 8k. Right about there. And Zaun, he's seen enough. He says, hey, your army still freaking blows. I doubt you're still on lair, so I actually need to go for a push. I think this is Zaun saying, hey, I'm afraid of the follow-up. We know that there is no follow-up. So Zaun doesn't need to be here. Like, yes, there could have been 10 Lurkers, but also you could have done what Solar's doing right now, which is just building more Hydras and Banes. 8 gas versus 8 gas. This is where the situation tends to become a little bit more tough here. Ooh, yeah, get a recall on a single Immortal. Tempest in the third base. Well, there's a big Zealot warp in. Couple of decent storms, lots of changelings here. I mean, this is a very awkward game. 4 workers go down. Now we get an infestation pit. So it's like, I think his army is too big now. God, I wish I could morph 12 lurkers. Yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too. It's freaking crazy. A very significant blunder here, in my opinion. If the cash is available, you throw it down. This is a good run by the way. This is really neat. Could have gone into the natural here, too. Probably dealt a lot. into the natural. Maybe even more in the natural than in the main, because you give your opponent less time to respond to it. You have Banelings now rolling past here too. Probes do survive. Honestly, good control out of Zaun, who's taking his 5th here at the same time. Moving further forward, clearing a lot of creep at the moment. Here comes the Ling run by. Just 2 cannons remaining. If you get like a couple of Banelings in the mixer, it's so useful to deal with these Zealot Warpins. It's great to deal with the probes as well. Like it genuinely changes the outcomes of a lot of these run bys. I think we'll actually get a bit of a morph over here. Yeah, Zaun already is anticipating at least from Stalkers. So I was like, hey, I saw your Lings go there. I think those are going to turn into Banes, and of course he's right. Zaun doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Lings coming in without Adrenal Gland still, by the way, so significantly worse than they could have been. Gonna keep an eye on this area as well. I think Zaun will hopefully respond in time. Of course he does. Zaun is not stupid. He knows what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. We're now in a very similar type of game like in the previous one. Kind of a lair tech army against a maxed out Zaun army. Ooh, Links come in. Once again, this would be a huge deal if you have Adrenal Glands, because then pure Zealot Warpins aren't that great. Links are really strong against Zealots if they have Adrenal Glands. However, without Adrenal Glands, Links actually kind of suck, and defensive Zealot Warpins, they just deal with this type of stuff. Now, we have a single Link that's going to get like 5 kills over here, so that's neat. 18 probes going down total. 80 workers to 59. Ultra Cavern coming in as well, which is actually a cool call. I hadn't even thought of Ultras as like a late game transition. When I was constantly thinking of Lurkers, but Ultras might even be cooler because the Immortal count is practically non-existent. We have what? 2 Immortals? 2 Immortals are out, so if you get like 4 or 5 Ultras, you get the Chitinous plating, you get a bunch of Corruptors. I think you're going to be in a pretty decent spot. Hydra's now dying for free though. Oh, a significant misrally here on Solar's part. This game is... it's still looking tough for Solar. He's fighting against a 5 base Toss with 10 gases. Toss has a better army. Here we go once more. Okay, massive attack towards the bottom side. Good pre-split, by the way, out of Zaun. It's very solid that this is some of these Tempests going down. That's one that will fall. Second one almost falls. Okay, here we go once more. Attempt number 2, I think it is. Okay, Storm hits the Banelings. Banelings hit the cannon. Banelings hit the Stalkers. The main army now moves back. This should be open for an attack. 4 Ultras coming out instantly as well. It's going to help in these bottom side engagements. 7 Hydras, 2 Ultras completely, they whack this off big time. Not going to be happy with that. Vipers coming out as well, so we get some Spellcasters. You have some Zealots still roaming around. It's going to be 7 bases with 1 Rich Vespine Geyser. It's going to help the Zerg big time, in my opinion. Second core on the way here as well. You know, the moment the Toss gets a second core, they're preparing for a late game, which is not that weird because we're on 10 gas at this point. The days of Zaun being on 3 bases and struggling to stay alive are now officially over. And this is what I feel like so often happens in ZVP, is that the Zerg wants to avoid the late game so bad, but you can already know that it's going there at some point, and you might as well at least do the minimum amount of preparation. If you're floating like 5k resources, adding a hive, it's not that crazy of a move in my opinion. And the moment these bases become more spread out, having things like Ultras or Lurkers is such a big deal because it's impossible for Toss to defend 2 sides if you don't have good Immortal counts. And right now there's really not that great of an Immortal count anywhere. We're purely relying really on Tempest to do the heavy lifting in this army. There are 4 Ultras out. This is a terrible engagement to try and take here. This is idiotic. There's 4 more Ultras coming in. Okay, we're still going to get a recall out of this. I think that was extremely risky. There's so much good stuff still happening here. That felt crazy to me. That really did feel quite crazy to me. And right now, just gonna get another robotics facility. Zaun has seen the Ultra list and is like, hey, all I need to do is kind of defend against these Ultras. We have more cannons coming up. We have this pre-split of Arc and Templar to the right. And we're gonna move this army over here. I think a not bad call, also known as a good call, would be to full wall this area right now. Couple more gateways, few extra pylons, makes it much easier to keep your army over here, not have to worry about this general area, where right now there's a couple of zealots. Ultras are moving in. This is what I was talking about before. This area, holding it against ultras without high immortal count, can be quite tricky, especially if multiple areas are under attack at the same time. Tempest dealing a lot of damage, storms are good, immortals in the back dishing out a lot as well. Cannons have disappeared off the face of the earth, which is in and by itself already valuable. However, there needs to be some type of follow-up. Spine slightly out of position to deal with this run by. I think this base is toast, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, we're gonna get a fly in here. Oh, Corruptors don't quite commit here. Understandable, because, I mean, the Tempest count is good. There's a bunch of Archons here as well. I mean, this is a phenomenal army. 14 Archons, 4 Immortals. Like, hell yeah. Like, this is the type of army that I dream of. And then you wake up because it's too unrealistic. It's like, alright. That won't be my life. But that sounds life right now. Immortal count is still not perfect. Corruptors coming in. Is this the full force that Solar has? I think it is. Dealing okay amounts of damage here. Parasitic Bomb gets activated as well onto, I think, the mothership here. Yeah, majority of the Ultras are disappearing. Overseers are gone. GG is gonna get called here as Zaun wins the series 2-0. These felt like Solar kind of threw it out of the window. He had such a good lead, but yeah. Zaun, honestly, good resilience there, staying alive, eventually getting to 4 and 5 bases, winning the game and winning the series here in the GSL.